to all people that I know that happens to be in this so-called firearm, quote-unquote firearms community and stuff like that, they probably get a little hard on when they see this fucker here. Named Dom Raso, ex-U.S. Navy SEAL. And I'll tell you later why titles like that don't impress me. Now, just recently, he just came out with an ad from the Neanderthal Recessive Apes, otherwise known as the NRA, in regards to the NFL protests. And see, it's so stupid that it's basically has nothing to do with the NFL. They keep wanting to make it about the NFL. But again, he's no different from any other Caucasian. He's no different or any other Caucasian cracker. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to discuss the issue. So what I'm gonna do is this video. I'm gonna play a snippet of what I have here from video I got from Fox News, obviously, because they NRA nutheads. And I'm going to just play it for you in a minute. Just give me 1 second.
Won't hurt your credit.
Oh!
I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you.
Free at discover.com/credit scorecard, even if you're not a customer.
The NRA has released a new ad tackling the anthem protests. Watch this.
Every time I see our flag wave, I feel a humbling reminder of the brave who keep and have kept us free. I stand to honor the sacrifices of the generations before me, heroes who charged into battle through bombs and bullets, who lost their brothers and still pushed through, fighting for every inch of our freedom. I stand for my brothers who can't stand anymore, men who hunted terrorists to the ends of the earth, who sacrificed their bodies and their lives so that we could peacefully live ours. I stand for the children, the spouses, and parents whose family made the ultimate sacrifice for us. We are all standing.
All right, that man in the ad is a former U.S. Navy SEAL. He joins us now. Welcome, everyone. This is Dom Raso. Dom, welcome to the program. Great to see you, sir.
Thank you. Nice for having me on.
The ad does not mention the NFL, but that's exactly where it's aimed. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we need to be talking about honor first. So it's about putting America first. It could be any organization, and I think we're going to see the same things. We're bringing up an issue where people are pissed off. People are pissed off about the reaction and the actions that people are taking, and we have to remember the foundation that this has all been built on.
I think the NFL is the big loser here. I want to break you away from the NRA for a minute and just look at this situation here. Seems to me it's the NFL which is the loser. They're not enforcing the rules that are in their own rule book, and they seem to be just in chaos about this whole issue. What do you say?
Okay, let me stop right there. To the asshole on the left, the Fox News reporter, these guys are not too bright over there in that pod, except for Shepard Smith, maybe. Number one, there's not a rule in there where it says that nobody is not required to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem, period. Okay? It was like that. It wasn't until 2009 that the U.S., that they required to stand for the national anthem, because the military will pour money into the NFL games and stuff like that. And now this Peckerwood here, Raso, talks about putting honor first, putting America first. Okay, so you talking about putting as far as white America first. That's what he's probably just saying. But listen to what other stuff what he was talking about, some bullshit.
Well, like I said, Americans are upset. It doesn't matter what issue you're talking about. It's the foundation of everything that we've built here. I know I'm pretty damn proud of where we've come as a country, and we all need to take a look around and look at the freedom that we've got. I'm disappointed. There is nobody that I know more than me that wants to see us united, have great leadership, and then honor all of those who have gone before us. And at the end of the day, I am disappointed in leadership and some of the decisions that were made, but it's a learning point. It's a learning lesson. And that's why America has been so great. Because you know what we'll do with this? We'll take this and we'll continue to figure out ways to bring us all back together with putting honor first.
But at this moment, I think you're quite right. Most Americans are really angry at what they see going on their screens, Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. I think you've expressed the mood of America very accurately. I think people are, as you say, thoroughly angry. Last word to you.
There's no doubt about it. Everybody's looking at this right now, and everybody's paying attention. And we have to have good leadership. Everything I said in my video, the brothers that I've lost, the families that have sacrificed so much, it's timing. I'm not saying there's not important issues we need to talk about, but it's the timing that you pick to bring it up. Don't bring it up when we're talking about putting America first.
Okay.
Honor first.
He talks about the timing. Let me explain something to you, Dom Raso. Number one, a protest is supposed to make you uncomfortable. It's the only way for you to get the established order or whatever to get out there and listen. It's just like no different than it was with the March on Washington 1963 with Martin Luther King. And crackers like him, they always want to quote Dr. King, because a lot of people don't know during the March on Washington, they were told where to go, what time to go, what to say, so on and so forth. See, they only want to make the protest only comfortable for them. No, I'm saying like that. Because see, when it comes down to race, when it comes down to social injustice and racial inequality, he ain't no different from any other cracker. It's a tough pill for them to swallow. They always ducking and dodging, just like your clown in chief who dodged the draft 5 goddamn times, saying he got a goddamn bone spur. Shoot. Or just like he probably dodges his wife and stuff when he be with his mistress. I'm pretty sure of that. Please. Y'all can miss me with that bullshit. For real.
And look at the foundation that we've been built on.
Did you go to the NRA to suggest you make that ad, or did they come to you?
It's always been a joint effort about putting our rights first. Whether it's the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, they're all things that are extremely important to me. This specific subject, it hit home. It means a lot to me. And I know that I'm in a position in order to convey that education. When I look at the people that take the actions that they're taking, sometimes I just realize that they don't know any better. And we have to continue to bring what's important and what's valuable to this country.
Last one, Dom. The next football game on TV, NFL football game, will you watch?
We have to be aware of what's going on. And unfortunately, you can see a lot of people reacting. I see people burning jerseys, canceling their tickets. I've taken small actions in my own life to mitigate some of that because of the values. But it's still a point where we can turn this into good leadership. And at the end of the day...
This is so stupid. What the hell leadership got anything to do with a fucking football game? Okay? This isn't about the NFL. See, again, he's dodging the shit. He's not addressing the issue, about police brutality. This is why Colin Kaepernick took a knee. This is why you seeing these brothers around the league are taking a knee. Not just in pro sports, but also all the way down to Pop Warner, which is like black reality TV say way down. And it's transcended over into other sports. To address the issue of police brutality, the issue of unarmed black men, women, and children who are being murdered by race cowards masquerading and fronting as law enforcement officers and being done with impunity. Okay? He's talking about fucking ticket sales and burning jerseys and all this other stuff like that. Well, good. I hope y'all dumbasses keep doing it. You know? Oh, and this is the best part. The reason why. You're going to find out who his favorite NFL team is. Watch this.
It's going to be very difficult for me. There's no bigger Patriots fan than I know than me, and I was disappointed in the actions taken, and all that I can do is continue to hope that we find ways to look at solving things together, unite people, and put honor first.
Dom Raso, thank you very much for joining us, sir. We do appreciate it. Thank you, Dom.
Thank you.
We start with a story that's continuing to make...
Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Okay. This racist cocksucker here, you know, and I'm gonna tell you something. When I see these NRA ads, you know, like the one like Professor Black Truth had a while back, where they were NRA is now offering insurance, which was that carry card. Excuse me. Offering that carry card or carry guard or whatever they call it, you know, offering insurance for murderers, because like, you know, a lot of these guys in the NRA, man, I wish I could find that shit right now though. I'm gonna look for it in a second to add on to it, but let me get right down to this. You know what? Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Citizenry makes for a stronger country, a stronger society, a safer society.
And we prepare for so much that leads up to pulling the trigger. Are you prepared to deal with what happens after?
It's as complete a package as we could possibly have put together. We want to give someone the tools so that they can make good decisions in a very stressful, probably the most stressful situation that they'll ever encounter.
Having the NRA actually put together standardized concealed carry training and putting the resources behind it, you know, says quite a bit.
Everybody involved has that real world experience, has the education, has the understanding.
You know that this training is safe and it will work.
From the tactical low ready up.
It's far easier than anyone understands for an innocent person to be convicted of a crime.
We live in a litigious society. You need an attorney that understands what you've gone through, that understands the legal parameters of this situation, and is going to be able to not just adequately defend your rights, but to defend your rights from the tyranny of restrictions that prevent you from being able to defend yourself. Protect yourself. Get Carry Guard.
Call 911. Wait for the law enforcement to show up, and then call the emergency hotline on the back of their NRA Carry Guard membership card. That's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to all NRA Carry Guard members.
When we're talking about something like the NRA, we're talking about the largest civil rights organization in the country.
There is no other entity that has the expertise, the resources, the connections, the philosophy, and the infrastructure.
There is no other organization in the United States of America that can do what NRA has done with Carry Guard. There is no organization that gives you that gold standard protection and assurance.
If I find myself in a position where I had to use my gun to defend my life, I can tell you right now, I'm going to be glad that I had the Carry Guard.
Okay. That was it, what I was telling you about. Now, as you've seen throughout this whole ad right here, the Carry Guard card insurance they give to the murderers, the majority of the people in that ad were all white, formerly cats bragging about former Navy SEAL, so and so like this. All except, let me just take it back, not Dana Lash racist ass, who looked like she's about 1 year away from doing granny porn. All except for this guy. The ambiguous black bootleg. This, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked about this on several people's live streams, particularly one LVZ's on, Coleon Noir. Yeah, that nigga a coon, dog. Let me just call it like this. Yeah, because on this ad, as you notice, he was tap dancing for Massa very hard. And let me tell you something. And let me tell you, let me be honest with y'all, to family. Fuck the NRA. Don Raso's part of that too. And when I chuckled when he said that the oldest civil rights organization is the NRA, totally untrue. I just had to die laughing off of that shit. I say, really? Your dumb ass really got out there and said some dumb shit like that? I mean, yeah, he was tap dancing for Massa real hard and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This is what it has gone ahead and come down to. I have yet to talk about seeing what him saying about, he did an ad regarding Philando Castile, and he basically went on the far right way too much. Like I used to follow this guy back in the day, via Twitter and all that, but not no more, because he done showed me lately, and I've been watching his path. You got to understand the pathology of people. You know what I'm saying? And this guy is cooning way too much. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is the point of where it's gonna come down to, with like this, when these guys talk all this shit saying I'm a former Navy SEAL, blah blah blah, this and that. I say, yeah, whatever. That, they always coming up with that shit. Let me see if I could bring this up. Yeah, apologies, family, apologies. Here you go. George Severance, veteran U.S. Navy SEAL. Dom Raso, veteran U.S. Navy SEAL. That shit don't impress me. I'm saying like that. My brother served. He's a Desert Storm vet and a certified sharpshooter. Okay? And when he served and took an oath to swear to protect, to uphold the Constitution. These little piss ants are too busy being upset because players are coming up to an awakening instead of being $40 million slaves. Well, some of them, not all. Are trying to bring awareness. That's what Colin Kaepernick is want to try to do. Now, what if I bet you any amount of money that a lot of these jokers are probably involved with somebody from the alt-wrong or any other white nationalist group? Because that's majority of the NRA members anyway. And see, brothers and sisters, y'all ain't got to join this bullshit. I don't give a damn. Some of them I know. Friend of mine's who happens to be a firearm instructor. He makes his money off the NRA. Yes, he's a brother. But he ain't no coon. Because now you got black gun clubs out there. Those the ones I support. But that's just one I just wanted to show you. Let me just go ahead and I'm gonna take it back for a second. Give me 1 second, people. My apologies again. Go ahead and tell you. Now back to this motherfucker here. Again, veteran U.S. Navy SEAL. That shit don't impress me. And he's worried, as y'all seen in the early video, about damn football game. But like Shannon Sharp say, and like all of us say, you're not addressing the issue. Okay? It's just like that Sunday night I had a conversation regarding when it come down to race. See, this is the thing about with white people. You know, white frailty, as Taurine Rain often say, you know, they